Well, President Trump, he is making a big impact in Washington, D.C., because it's a crime-infested, homeless-infested disaster of a city. Well, one homeless man that lives there voted for Donald Trump. And he says he doesn't regret it at all. He says, as a matter of fact, he'd vote for him again. And he says, Trump didn't throw just one of my tents away. He threw two of them away. And here's the interesting thing. He says, you know what? I can see what a big difference he's making in the safety, because he's fighting a crime, fighting all the people who commit crime. It's actually protecting people who are even homeless, because, people beat up homeless people. They rob homeless people. They murder homeless people. So guess what? Everybody wants the crime gotten under control in Washington, D.C. It's our nation's capital.
Today, we're formally declaring a public safety emergency. This is an emergency. This is a tragic emergency. And it's embarrassing for me to be up here. I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it, by the way, because we're talking about safety, but we're also talking about beautification. We have the most beautiful, potentially, capital in the world. We always had. But people come from Iowa, they come from Indiana, they come and then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming, because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again, and it's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice new coat of asphalt over the top. No, we don't have to rip the road out and spend 7 years building a new road because they cut everything. Because some designers said, well, we need a quarter of an inch more turn for safety reasons. No, we're going to do it right. We're going to get it done quickly. So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fantastic, is taking command of the Metropolitan Police Department as of this moment. And I'll be making the appropriate notifications to Congress and to the mayor, our new DEA administrator, who's one of the top in the country. He better be Terry. If you're not, I'm going to get rid of you so fast. Terry Cole. Terry, thanks. Very good. We just got him. Most highly recommended person. And you'll be designated as the interim federal commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay? And you run them tough. They're good. You have a lot of good people. You have people that shouldn't be there. You also have people that shouldn't be there. They got in there because of woke. But you have a lot of great police. And those people are the ones that want to help you. This city will no longer be a sanctuary for illegal alien criminals. We will have full, seamless, integrated cooperation at all levels of law enforcement, and we'll deploy officers across the district with an overwhelming presence. You'll have more police, and you'll be so happy because you'll be safe. When you walk down the street, you're going to see police, or you're going to see FBI agents. We're going to have a lot of agents on the streets. And you're going to have a lot of essentially military, and we will bring in the military if it's needed. By the way, we're going to have National Guard, but Pete Hegseth will tell you about it. We will bring in the military if needed. People say, oh, that's so terrible. He's going to bring in, it's been used many times over the years.
So let me get this straight. Donald Trump is telling the homeless people in Washington, D.C. to take the help he's giving them. And if he doesn't take the help, then he's going to put them in jail?
Police Department, with the support of the new federal agencies who have been surging on the streets of the District of Columbia, are going to enforce the laws that are already on the books here in Washington, D.C. For far too long, these laws have been completely ignored, and the homelessness problem has ravaged the city. So D.C. Code 22-1307 and D.C. Municipal Regulation 24-100 give the Metropolitan Police Department the authority to take action when it comes to homeless encampments. encampments. So homeless individuals will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time. Again, these are pre-existing laws that are already on the books. They have not been enforced, which is part of the reason for this federalizing of the National Guard, to bring in this assistance for law enforcement. While we are targeting criminals and trying to remove criminals off of the streets, we also want to make DC safe and beautiful, and that involves removing mentally disturbed individuals in homeless encampments as well. So we will be using these regulations and code that already exists to clean up our streets.
Wow, Caroline. That's literally an offer they can't refuse. Have you even thought to yourself if these folks are even listening and watching you and Donald Trump destroy the country and threaten to put them in jail? How do you know they even really truly get what you're saying? You're just going to round up these people and just cram them inside of jails all over America? That sounds American, right? You know, you just can't help but wonder between the cost that it takes to mobilize the National Guard, the cost that it takes to deport all these people, the cost that it takes to actually provide the resources you're talking about providing these homeless people, you just can't help but wonder, why is all this money being spent on things like that instead of actually being used to help everyday Americans with their actual bills and the real cost of living out here? Caroline, we all see through this. This is nothing more than another attempt, and you know what I'm going to say, to distract all of us from the fact that your dear leader is in the Epstein files. No matter what you do, for some strange reason, it's not enough to shake us. Keep it going though. I'm sure one of these things will work.
So do you think it's necessary for President Trump to help cities in America by bringing the National Guard troops in for extra backup?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We need it. Come help us.
Please. We really need it here in Seattle.
Seattle used to be a pretty city. It used to be a nice place, but now it's not. Everything's closing up, shutting down because people just had it.
I don't feel safe. When I'm by myself, I'm scared a lot. I have to keep my phone in my hand because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. The other day, the smoke shop right here got robbed. Yeah, and I don't think there's as much business that there used to be.
Because people are afraid to come.
Yeah, absolutely. People don't want to spend their money when they fear for walking to the store.
I wouldn't even bring my kids down here. I have to get a babysitter if I go grocery shopping because I don't feel it's safe for them to be in Seattle with me. Yeah.
Make our city safe again. He could do it.
I know he has the power, and we really need the help here.
Drug dealers down,
Are there a lot of drug dealers on the street?
Yeah. Yeah.
We see a lot of people die.
You see people die?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've given out so much Narcan. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is so sad, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We need the help here.
Yeah.
I know. We do need help here.
I really want you to watch this video and tell me if you have the same question for this creator that I do.
So President Trump has not even had control over Washington, D.C. for 30 days. And I have on my For You page video after video showing D.C., specifically Union Station, and how clean and safe it is. People don't understand how big of a deal it is, specifically for Union Station, because there is a bridge, whether it's a bypass, it's either 95, 395, or 495, where the homeless, as well as people who are abusing drugs, as well as the drug dealers, they just squat. It's clean. It's all gone. This was also an underpass bridge where people would throw their waste. So you would drive on the main road, and to the left and right of you is nothing but trash. It's all clean. People don't understand how big of a deal this is because the Capitol is right there within like a 6 or 7 minute walk. And then also local residents, they did not like walking there, whether in the daytime or the evening. Some people would take taxis just to avoid any type of encounters. And people have been talking about cleaning this up for a decade. And you mean to tell me President Trump hasn't even had control for 30 days and he cleaned it all up?
You said it's all gone. You mean they're all gone. My question is, where did the people go? Now, this is a pro-Trump account making all kinds of "we love Donald Trump" propaganda. She loves to hate on Jasmine Crockett. So I understand the desire to create this narrative that Trump is cleaning up DC, that we need him to fix problems in big cities around the country. It is interesting to me that she says that her FYP is full of videos like that. I haven't seen any videos like that. But we do actually know that the Trump regime is targeting homeless people in Washington and homeless people in general. But I could not watch that video without thinking, where did the people go? And the whole video is giving like 1860s vagrancy laws. Poor unemployed people can't be out of place. They can't be visible trying to live their lives within view of decent, clean people. It's crazy. Where are the people? Where are the people who were living in those tents? One of two things happened to them so that you could live in your clean, pristine city where you don't have to see the impacts of late-stage capitalism on millions of Americans. They've either been incarcerated or institutionalized because, like homelessness is now criminalized in the United States, or they've been further displaced. They've just been moved along somewhere else. I live in Portland, Oregon. One of my kids works in homeless advocacy, so this is a topic with which I'm very familiar. Sweeps like the one you just saw there actually increase the rate of death for homeless people. It takes people and pushes them further to the margins, into tinier back alleyways, out of sight of the public. Those people aren't gone. They're just now in a place where, especially if they were struggling with fentanyl addiction, they are much more likely to die of an overdose and not receive any help because they're out of sight. Also, sweeps like the one you just saw there, where people's personal property, their possessions that belong to them, are taken away from them. In those kinds of sweeps, homeless folks have their medication, their medical devices, and their phones often taken away from them, therefore increasing their risk of death by something like 20%. These are human beings. These are American citizens. I would just like to point out that homelessness is increasing under Trump. He has massively cut services, including addiction medicine, including beds in rehab for folks who are homeless, for folks who are struggling with addiction. I realize that for folks like this creator, he doesn't want to have to experience the discomfort of witnessing the reality of what American society has done to millions of people. In most major U.S. cities, the percentage of homeless folks that are veterans is between 12 and 20%. This is how the federal government, this is how Donald Trump is treating our veterans. It would be far, far cheaper to provide these folks with housing, folks who need addiction medicine support, beds in rehab, to be provided those beds, than to run operations like this. We could have cured homelessness years ago in this country. Do you know how? By fighting poverty, not poor people, by taxing the rich. Not only has Donald Trump cut virtually all programs that help people get up and out of homelessness into homes, get treatment for their addiction, get stable jobs and become functional members of society. But then he wants to round them up and disappear them. All that creator cared about was that she didn't have to look at that anymore. Not a care in her mind for what happened to those human beings. She just wants a clean and tidy city and doesn't want to have to think too hard about how that came about. Again, I understand that she is a propagandist for the Trump regime, but this woman is incredibly foolish to not believe that the first they came for poem applies right now. In the United States in 2025, first they came for the immigrants, then they came for the homeless folks. They're coming for disabled folks. They're coming for women. They're coming for Black people. You think it's a coincidence that Trump is targeting cities with large progressive Black populations? You think it's a coincidence that he's targeting cities who have mayors who are either Black or women or both? There is no measure of security that you can purchase for yourself under a white supremacist fascist regime if you are not a wealthy white man. Even then, unless you're a billionaire, you're just a cog in the machine, and they will use you And when you are a convenient tool to further their authoritarian overreach, they will disappear you. I'm disgusted by this woman's video. I understand living in Portland, Oregon, I understand how many people dehumanize homeless folks. Their discomfort at having to bear witness to poverty is something they consider worse than other people actually living in poverty. And instead of wanting to work to fix it, again, we could have ended homelessness. We could have ended poverty and hunger in this country years ago if we just taxed the rich. Honestly, if the rich just owed the $600 billion in taxes they avoid paying every single year, we could end homelessness. But it's far easier. It's far easier to not think too hard about what's happening, not to think too hard about how much it's costing us regular working class people, for the Trump regime to disappear our homeless neighbors. Cost of paying for them to be institutionalized or incarcerated, that private prisons are just billing the federal government for, and the federal government is just sending them a ton of our taxpayer money for. It's far easier to dehumanize vulnerable people and to not think too hard about what's happening to them. Surrender your brain, surrender your will, surrender your rights. But hey, you get clean underpasses while you're still free and able to walk by them.
Trump supporters, I could really use y'all's help, man. Please watch this video. Please share it. Please repost it. I need to get some exposure. I'm making a 1-minute content video because me and my wife have just fell on really tough times. We are homeless at this moment, and I need to get as many people to watch this video as I can to the entirety. That's the only assistance I'm asking. Please, guys, give us a hand with this, and we'll see how faith takes us. We'll see if it takes us to the monetization of this. That's the only thing we could ask for. We both have jobs. We work, so that's not the case. We are not lazy people. We are not above asking for help. And the Trump supporters have been so amazing up until now, guys. From the bottom of my heart, please give us a hand with this. Go on and share it. Save it. Like it. The whole nine, please, guys. And comment. Tell us. Keep us in your prayers. Thank you.
More people need to be talking about this. The cost of Trump's D.C. National Guard deployment is $424,000 a day. However, the cost to operate public housing for D.C.'s entire homeless population is only $169,000 per day. So it's very clear that it's not about what this country can or can't afford. This is about their priorities. And unfortunately, the Trump administration prioritizes control and distracting us from the Epstein files more than they do taking care of D.C.'s homeless population. And they're trying to make it seem like they're doing the world a public service. They're helping DC. All the residents wanted this to happen, but no, that's not the truth. As you can see here, 80% of them oppose the National Guard taking over DC, while only 17% support it. The reason it's so unpopular is the fact that there was no problem there to begin with. The crime rate has been dropping. It was near historic lows before Donald Trump sent in the troops. But it's crazy because all of Trump's little minions live in an entirely different world. This guy says just in, people are now posing for photos with the National Guardsmen on the National Mall. This is absolutely epic. Turns out Americans are actually very appreciative of what Trump did by serving DC. The media lied again. And all this video is one person going up and taking a picture with the National Guardsmen, which could have easily been staged to begin with. They're trying to act like this one person going up and taking a picture with them just speaks for everybody that's living in DC. I mean, come on. The data is clear. Facts don't care about your feelings. The MAGA crowd is living in a fairy tale world.
Trump 2024. Last night I became homeless because my parents found out that I was supporting and voting for Donald Trump. Nancy from New Jersey reached out in my TikTok DMs after I posted a TikTok and let me into her house with loving arms, gave me a nice dinner and said I have more than enough time to stay here to get back on my feet. Thank you for all the Republicans who reached out in my comment section or from all over the country saying that I can stay in their home and welcome me with loving arms. This is what Republicans are all about, showing that we are all united no matter what race or skin color and that we all love and support each other. Donald Trump is the best candidate for this country. And MAGA 2024, Make America Great Again. I'm going to be in NYC at the rally on the 27th, and I can't wait. Love you all, and thank you for showing me that this is what being a Republican is all about.
Trump supporters, man, I need y'all one more time. Could you please watch this video in the entirety? Man, it's really helping me and my wife out. You know, we was just recently homeless. We're suffering all kinds of financial crisis, and we're down to one vehicle, 2 working adults, 1 vehicle. Man, it's tough. I'm not saying we've given up. I'm not saying we don't try. I'm not saying we don't get out here and get it every day, because we do. But I really do need y'all's assistance, man. Please go on and repost this for me, if you would. If you have just a little bit of time to spare, like the video, please. It helps. Comment. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know the struggles you guys are going through. Trump supporters, being homeless is hard, man. But you guys, y'all have helped me out exponentially. And I just want you to know that I am so appreciative. I'm so appreciative of every engagement that you guys give me. It's been amazing. I thank you guys. And like always, man, we love y'all.
Oh, I hope you can see the light in here. I just found a spot in the theater where I can sit down and talk a little bit. I just want to tell you the reason why I'm appreciating the pre-orders that I'm getting for my book, Homeless Vote for Trump. I live in a very liberal area, and I know that with all the billions and millions that they spend, if I was going to write a book on, say, my experience with the Black Lives Matter movement, or if I were to say I was a Black Lives, a Black lesbian, or even an immigrant, there would be no problem for me getting funding and grants to write. But as it stands, I live in a very liberal city, home of DEI, University of Michigan. And people don't want to hear my story. They tell me, I don't want to pre-order your book. And I definitely can't go anywhere to get grants or funding. So the people who pre-order my book and want to hear my voice, I appreciate you more than you know.
Hey y'all, so I'm a little tipsy, and I was just passing a nice, good, popular corner by the casino. And when I was passing this corner, there was a couple. I hope it's not too windy for y'all, but when I was passing this corner, you know what? The wind should stop. Look at that. When I was passing this corner, there was a couple that was walking through, and there's a popular corner here where a lot of homeless people hang out. So one lady was like, kind of subliminal, but I caught it. Why does Tropicana allow? No, first she said, I don't understand. And they're walking across the street, and that's what made me look at them. And she's like, how does Tropicana allow this? They need to do something about this. Now, baby, I'm looking around. What else could you have been talking about except the homeless people? So I was like, be careful. Don't be judgmental. But I didn't say it to them. They had passed me. They were like down there. And I was like, then I said it. The husband looked back. Who? Me? Sir, do you feel guilty? Were you talking about the people? Sir, I'm so tipsy. Do you feel guilty? They just kept walking. Were you talking about the people? Just stop talking about homeless people. I don't like that nasty ass shit. Because if Tropicana, which is a trillion, billion, however much money company, if they want to do something about the homeless people, they can put them up in a hotel, get them some help, get them some treatment, walk out here, get a little something together, and get some funds together for these people that's out here outside their casino begging for help. A couple of these people that's out here begging for help probably put a lot of money into your casino. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. Somehow, Tropicana needs to get a little bit. Maybe they could do a little bit of something. You need to stop being hateful. That's it. You do a little something. How about that?
Trump 2024. Last night I became homeless because my parents found out that I was supporting and voting for Donald Trump. Nancy from New Jersey reached out in my TikTok DMs after I posted a TikTok and let me into her house with loving arms, gave me a nice dinner and said I have more than enough time to stay here to get back on my feet. Thank you for all the Republicans who reached out in my comment section or from all over the country saying that I can stay in their home and welcome me with loving arms. This is what Republicans are all about, showing that we are all united no matter what race or skin color and that we all love and support each other. Donald Trump is the best candidate for this country. And MAGA 2024, Make America Great Again. I'm going to be in NYC at the rally on the 27th, and I can't wait. Love you all, and thank you for showing me that this is what being a Republican is all about.
Baby, y'all see what they're doing with that Section E program, huh? It's crazy how they're doing everything. So if you've been on Section E for 20, 30, 40 years, they're telling you that you got to be out of there within like the next, I think, 60 days. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're letting you know that it's no longer. But they're giving you a 2-year grace period if you just recently own it. But the Section 8 program is being cut. You got to get out. And it's just crazy all over the world. And at the same time that they telling people they got to get off of Section 8, and they no longer be on Section 8, especially when you've been on it for that long. And when you've been passing it down, they're like, they don't get, you got to go. With that being said, they also created a law where it's illegal to be homeless. So you can't be on Section 8. It's illegal to be homeless. So they're arresting homeless people and telling them they can't be on the street, dragging their cots and their tents and stuff off the street, putting them in garbage cans. Because now they're saying it's illegal to be homeless. But yet they're putting you off of a program that assists you. Because Section 8 ain't free. You have to pay some of that bill. They don't just give you the whole thing. Some people may get 100%, but not, baby, that's rare. Section 8 ain't free. They putting you off a program that will assist you to pay your rent. And now they telling you it's illegal to be homeless. So we can't make it make sense. They also messing with those people at the nursing home. They closing wings because of the Medicaid is cut. It's over with. And so basically they're telling you, go check on your people at the nursing home. This is happening in real time. If you've seen this video and you on that program, get yourself together because you may not have received your letter yet, but you know who you are. Get yourself together. Get your family together. Do what you got to do. Go see what you can do. Rent out a room, rent out a section, or do something like that. But you guys be blessed.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.